All right, let's jump right in. We're going to take a look at a single day, January 16th, 2026. This is a moment in time where the AI landscape isn't just shifting year by year, it's shifting by the hour. We're about to see how biology, raw computing power, and global politics are all colliding to rewrite our future in real time. So let's get into it.
So, I want to start with a question that really frames everything we're about to talk about. What if the bottleneck wasn't the AI anymore, but you? What if you could interact with this incredible intelligence not through your keyboard, but directly from your mind? Believe it or not, this is not science fiction anymore.
And that question leads us directly to the first major story of the day. We are talking about the next great leap in how we interact with computers, moving way beyond the keyboard and mouse and right into our own biology.
So the big news today. OpenAI just led a massive $252 million seed round for a super stealthy startup called Merge Labs. And what's wild is that Sam Altman himself is a co-founder. Now look at how this stacks up against Neuralink. While Musk's company needs invasive surgery, Merge Lab is working on a totally non-invasive way to do this using molecules and ultrasound. Their goal isn't just fixing medical problems, it's to build a universal human-AI interface for literally everyone.
Okay, so here's the real kicker. By completely avoiding brain surgery, this kind of tech could hit the mass market decades, literally decades, ahead of what anyone predicted. And the strategic implication? It's just staggering. The company that controls this interface, well, they're going to control the most valuable data stream in human history, the raw, unfiltered intentions of the human mind. But a direct link to the brain is pretty useless without some serious horsepower on the other side. And that brings us to our second big topic, the incredible price of intelligence. The sheer cost of building these AI models has gotten so huge, it's kicked off a whole new kind of arms race.
On this very same day, Elon Musk's company xAI closed a funding round for, get this, $20 billion. This isn't just regular venture capital anymore. We are talking about sovereign wealth funds. Entire nations are investing. And where's all that cash going? A huge piece of it is for one thing: power.
xAI's next supercomputer is expected to pull a mind-boggling 2 gigawatts of power. And if you're wondering what that means, well, that's an entire city's worth of electricity for one computer. This just goes to show you that building cutting-edge AI isn't a tech company project anymore. No, this is now a state-level infrastructure project. It requires the kind of energy and capital only a government can really provide. And the company making all of this raw power possible is, of course, Nvidia. Today, they pulled the curtain back on their next-gen platform, codenamed Rubin. Just look at these numbers. We're talking about a nearly 3-fold jump in memory bandwidth. This is not a small step up. This is a massive generational leap that, for the first time, makes having widespread autonomous AI agents actually economically possible. Now, when you have this level of power and integration, it doesn't just change technology, it starts to fundamentally change society itself. So let's look at how this AI is completely rewriting the rulebook for our media, our laws, and even how countries work together. First up, the news industry. The static web page, the article you read from top to bottom, it's officially on life support. We're now in the era of liquid content. As you can see here, newsrooms are breaking their stories down into atomic objects, little bits of facts, quotes, and images. Then, the AI reassembles it all on the fly into a briefing that's personalized just for you. News outlets are basically becoming wholesalers of trusted data for these AI engines. Meanwhile, on the world stage, a huge story today is this growing transatlantic rift over how to regulate AI. The US and the EU, they've completely failed to get on the same page. The US is all about speed, security, and innovation first. The EU, on the other hand, is rolling out its big AI Act, which is all about protecting rights and managing risks. And this table really lays out the two different paths. In the US, they're building this Pax Silica, a tech alliance, to lock down the supply chain and, let's be honest, exclude China. Over in the EU, the focus is internal. They're forcing companies to be transparent about their training data and to respect copyright. So global tech companies are now stuck right in the middle of two totally different rulebooks. And here's the really crucial part. The whole geopolitical tech war has moved into a new phase. It's not just about who has the most powerful chips anymore. Now, the real fight is over the scarcity of critical components, like the high-bandwidth memory, the DRAM, that those powerful chips absolutely need to function. It's a much more targeted and, frankly, aggressive kind of control.
So, with all this insane infrastructure and all these new global rules, what's the payoff? What does this all actually unlock? Well, our final section looks at what happens when AI stops being just a tool we use and starts becoming a true partner in discovery.
This right here might be the most profound development of the entire day. We have officially crossed a critical line. AI is no longer just summarizing or analyzing things humans have already done. It has now started to generate original, brand new, verifiable scientific knowledge.
And this is happening right now. We're talking about Google's Gemini being used to prove a novel theorem in a super complex area of math. AlphaFold 3 is speeding up drug discovery like crazy, and specialized AIs are now drafting complex documents like protocols for clinical trials. The big shift is this: AI has moved from just language generation to hypothesis generation.
But okay, let's pump the brakes just a little bit and get a quick reality check. New data out today from Deloitte shows that while almost 40% of companies are playing around with AI agents, only about 11% actually have them in full production. So why is there such a big gap? Well, because really, using this stuff isn't just about plugging in a new piece of software.
And Deloitte just nails it with this quote. To become AI native, you need a fundamental rebuild. It's a cultural change as much as a tech change. You're trying to elevate people so their judgment is used for oversight, while autonomous machines do the actual work. That is a massive shift in how business is run. So the big takeaway from our little snapshot of January 16th, 2026 is this incredible convergence. You've got biology with these new brain interfaces, silicon with this massive compute power, and sovereignty with these new global rules. And all together, they're creating a brand new era of truly integrated intelligence. Which leaves us with one final, and I think critical question. For all of human history, intelligence has been tied to the speed of our biology, how fast we can think, how fast our hands can move. That link is now breaking. So as intelligence fully decouples from human speed, the most important question isn't what can the tech do? It's how do we adapt?